Okay, hi everybody. So I just posted a video about how I ended up getting hurt in this situation with my husband's special needs, autistic, sometimes violent son living in our home. And I'm going to cover just briefly about why I didn't leave. And anyone who's been in an abusive situation, I have in the past, and I did leave, I did get out of it. Um, but in this situation, it's actually very hard to even narrow it down and answer, because when this started, it was only supposed to be 2 days tops. And we're going to be posting the video from Judge Middleton's courtroom, showing how that all transpired. But it was only supposed to be at the max 2 days for the couple of days, and then it turned into 2 weeks, and then it turned into 2 months, and then it turned into 10 months. And when you start this, you don't think, oh, I need to move or I need to protect myself, because you don't have an end date. You think the end date is tomorrow. You think the end date is soon. But the end date just kept getting pushed out and pushed out and pushed out. And then I had progressively gotten sick. I had become very weak. I had had a surgery I was trying to recover from. It was very difficult. I had, a lot of bed rest. And so I was already, in a compromised position as far as my health. I wasn't able to just go out and, function, because I was very, very fatigued and anemic and tired and sick. And so also financially, the longer that this went on, the more that this drained our finances. Where was I going to go? Where was, if I stayed, where was my husband and his son going to go? There were no solutions that we could figure out. We only had one running car between us. And this is my home. This is all my belongings. My the entire basement is my entire business and workshop. So if I would have left, I would have had to have left everything, all of my belongings. I wasn't able to pack everything up, didn't have the money to do anything like that, or just straight up move, or even go get a job somewhere else. No, this was my job, this was my business, this is what I did. So it made it very difficult to, either put my husband and his son out of the house, and again, where were they going to go? We do have another business that has a house, but it still wasn't in any shape that you could just move in and live there, because we couldn't go to the business. The well froze over, and the well pump cracked, and there were issues. It wasn't just move in ready. So that would have taken time, energy, effort, money that we didn't have. We didn't have the money, didn't have the time, didn't have a way to leave the house to even go over there with his son. So and then on top of it, I saw what was going on. I saw the mistreatment. I saw what was happening, with community mental health, with the state, with the court, with all of these things. It was so hard to believe this was even happening. You think that you're going to get help very soon. People make all of these promises, all of these services that his son is supposed to be receiving and wasn't. You think that that's going to just show up, like they're promising, oh, tomorrow or next week, or all of these things that are supposed to be happening. So it made it very difficult to make that decision. And then on top of everything else, you still don't think something bad is actually going to happen, even though I was warning everybody that if they didn't do something and get him placed where he was supposed to be, with a trained team of people who are supposed to manage his behavioral, his medical, his all of his needs, his mental health, all of those needs that he has. If he wasn't in a facility where he was supposed to be, somebody was going to end up accidentally getting hurt, killed, gravely injured. And you don't, it's stupid, but you don't think it's actually going to happen to you. We did the best that we could to protect ourselves, and to protect myself. I just happened to be within his space during an episode, and that's how he ended up getting hurt. And like I said, I posted another video just prior to this one. But it makes it very difficult, you know, to make those decisions of leaving everything that you know, everything that you've worked for, everything that you've paid for, everything that you have, to be safe. And it's tough. It's not like my husband was abusing me. He actually was making sure to protect me any chance that he could. Yes, I think if we knew that it was going to be 10 months, if we knew it would have been this long, when we had the money earlier on, when this all started, we would have possibly or probably moved him and his son to the house at the bait shop before things started going bad over there. But at the same time, we had just signed a real estate contract. So, you know, the amount of time, energy, and effort that it takes to move, or to move, partially move, or, you know, to run two households, it was just not really feasible. So he is out of the house now, and Ray and I are going to sit down, and Ray will give you an update on where he's at, what happened, and it's just, you know, the nightmare's not over. I understand now why it is so difficult for my husband to trust other people with his son. He ended up in the ICU because they couldn't handle his medical. So we'll talk more about that later. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for following along. Bye.